Here's everything you need to know about the Toyota frame rust recalls on the first generation Tacomas and what to do if you have it today. Let's go. This story begins back in 1995 when the Toyota Tacoma was introduced as the replacement for the incredibly successful and now cult favorite Toyota Hilux. And when I say it was a cult favorite, allow me to let Top Gear demonstrate what I mean.
He's not allowed spare parts and he can only use basic tools.
But did it move?
I can hardly believe this myself. Ladies and gentlemen, here it is!
Yeah, that is a real thing they did on the show. Fucking legends. Anyway, Toyota didn't miss a beat bringing this level of excitement to the first line of Tacomas with some fantastic advertising.
Mike, I know you think your truck is totally sick, but this is what I think of your precious 4x4 hang out all day with your stupid friend's truck! Push it! Yeah! Woo! No! No! Ah!
I laughed way too hard at that. It didn't take long for this truck to really take off. During the run of the first generation Tacoma from 1995 to 2004, almost 1.5 million trucks were sold in the US, which was only 2.2% less than the wildly popular Ford Ranger.
That's a Ford fucking Ranger!
But the consumer confidence soon began to fade as reports started to come in that a large number of trucks were having frame issues way sooner than expected.
Okay, yeah, we're not gonna do that.
Leading to a class action lawsuit.
It's a class action that found more than 260,000 Toyotas faulty.
And the $3.4 billion recall. Now, finding information about what actually caused the rust issue was incredibly difficult, with a lot of blame falling on the Dana company, who, at the time, was producing a large number of frames for Toyota. I did find reports saying that not enough phosphate was used in their coating, leading to less protection in cold weather states where salt was used as a de-icer for the roads. What we do know for sure is that these frames would rust, and they would rust bad.
I think the frame's broke.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
And although the problem was pretty serious, it did make for some pretty fantastic internet content. Now, this recall on the first generations extended the warranty of the Tacoma to 15 years from the original purchase date. So if you're watching this video with frame issues, hoping I will tell you that there's something that Toyota will do for you.
Now, safety recalls save lives, but a lot of automakers set a window on them. And after, say, 15 years, they'll no longer pay for the repair anymore.
You're a bit out of luck, but I will go over some options for you if you're running into this problem now. The first, most expensive, and least worth the effort solution, unless you're a Tacoma enthusiast, is a full frame swap. This right here is my own personal first generation Tacoma, and after several years of abuse, off-roading, and trail riding, I knew the time had come to either retire the truck or do something about the frame.
That's just cracked, and it's cracked all the way through. That's bad.
The boys and I knew this was coming and had been in contact with Toyota trying to get our hands on a factory new frame. Despite their inventory showing one in stock, they kept telling us there were none left. But after months of calling, they did in fact find the frame and sold it to me. What you are watching right now is the newest factory frame in existence being installed by the boys and I. Luckily, I have a Rob.
This is bad. This is good.
Who used to be a master Toyota tech helping us with the swap.
I've done probably a couple hundred frames on Toyotas.
During the swap, we really got to dissect how these frames go bad.
And it just oxidizes the steel from the inside out and just rots it from the inside out. You can see the top of the frame where nothing lays on, it's all good, solid steel, it's fine.
Rusting from the inside out, which is a major issue considering that you could have no structure left to your frame and still look okay.
All of this just came out of there, but if you were looking at this from the outside, it looks fine.
With the help of my two master mechanic friends, we were able to complete this frame swap in 2 days, getting the ugly Mountain Taco back out on the road and ready for the trails. Kinda. I mean, I blew up the engine like 3 weeks later, but that's a story for a whole different video. If this is something that you are considering, there are no factory frames left.
Was the very last frame in the country.
Yes, the last frame in the country that is made currently. They're not making any more.
But this is still an option. Many of the truck owners during the recall had a frame replacement, and many of these trucks are now in junkyards. If you have the skill and time to swap your frame, they are out there and in good condition. I have seen several guys in my Facebook Toyota groups go this route, but the most popular, by far, repair option is to install frame caps. Safety Cap is a company based right here in the US that makes weld-on frame caps to strengthen rusting and rotting frames. After following this problem for years, I've talked to several people who have used this product, and everyone says they work great. You can practically rebuild the entire frame with these caps, and on top of that, this is a job that some mechanics will do for you if you don't have the skill needed to fix this problem yourself.
Just know that we also do Toyota Tacomas, Chevy Silverados, Jeep Wranglers. I believe Safety Cap is actually coming out with some Dodge stuff.
And just to be clear, this isn't sponsored. They don't know I'm making this video. Now, before I go over the last option for a bad frame, you might be asking yourself, why would some idiot spend so much time, effort, and money on one of these trucks? And as that idiot, let me explain what makes the first generation Tacoma so appealing to so many drivers. Looking at this truck from an off-road, overland, or trail riding point of view, it could almost be considered the perfect vehicle, coming in at a width of 70 inches, allowing it to drive almost any trail. And I know there are a lot of solid axle fans out there, but the clearance of a slightly modified first generation with some decent tires is almost unmatched. And with independent front suspension, it also gives you good driving experience on the highways for those long road trips to destination trails. And my Tacoma has been across the country 8.5 times. So I am speaking from experience here. On top of all of that, first generations are easy to work on, easy to find parts for, easy to modify, and there is a strong community of owners ready and willing to help give you advice and tips. And now we come to the last and most sad option if you've got the frame rust issues with your Tacoma. It may just be time to retire the Taco, but don't scrap it. Get onto some forums and some Facebook pages and see who's looking for parts or a donor truck. Some of us are just too stubborn to ever quit fixing these trucks, like me, currently deciding whether to put another 5VZFE engine back into the ugly mountain Taco or to do something fun.